हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू लोक सेवक। मेरा नाम है विशाल चौहान और यूपीएससी की सिविल सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन की प्रिपरेशन के लिए जीएस 4 की जो ये हमारी सीरीज़ चल रही है, यानी एथिक्स इंटेग्रिटी एप्टीट्यूड जो हम पढ़ रहे हैं, उसमें चैप्टर फर्स्ट हमारा चल रहा है, दैट इज़ एथिक्स एंड ह्यूमन इंटरफेस। राइट, उस चैप्टर में से एक छोटा सा टॉपिक मैं आज आप लोगों के लिए निकाल कर लाया हूँ, दैट इज़ टुडे वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन लॉ एंड मोरालिटी। लाइक इन द प्रीवियस सेशंस हमने एस्टेब्लिश किया था द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन ethics and morality. In today's session we will try to understand the relationship between law and morality, and in the upcoming session we will try to understand the relationship between religion and morality. All right, so make sure कि previous सभी sessions को आप attend ज़रूर कर लें. Those who want to attend those previous sessions and are not able, make sure that you check out the description of this video और pinned comment आप एक बार ज़रूर check करें. There you will get the details from where you can access my course. All right, so now let us start with today's topic. So in today's topic we will try to understand the relationship between law and morality. So what we will try to understand, first of all, the very basic concepts of, right, what is law and what is morality, then whether they are similar to each other or not, right, is there any similarities between law and morality, then if there are any differences between law and morality, since these are two different terms, so obviously there must be some difference between law and morality, right? Such thing we have already established in the previous sessions when we understood the concept of ethics and morality, right? Then we will try to understand that whether they are inclusive to each other or exclusive, right, whether they support each other or they are in conflict with each other, and finally we will draw a conclusion. राइट, सो मेक श्योर कि आज का सेशन आप पूरा ज़रूर देखें सो दैट ये सारा कॉन्सेप्ट आपको अच्छे से समझ आए. एंड इन द प्रीवियस सेशंस व्हाट वी हैव कवर्ड, सो वी हैव ऑलरेडी एस्टेब्लिश्ड व्हाट इज एथिक्स. एक्सटेंसिवली हमने डिस्कस किया था दैट हाउ एथिक्स इज अ सोशल सिस्टम, राइट, दैट फॉर्मुलेट्स द values and norms of conduct. So we understood what is the concept of values, what are norms, what is conduct, right? After that हमने देखा that what are the determinants, what are the factors that are responsible for the development of different type of values systems or norms in different societies, or what are the factors that results into the different morality of individual, let us say in a similar setup or similar society, right? So on the basis of that very previous session, let me give you a question. हर एक सेशन में हम एक क्वेश्चन जो है वो डिस्कस करते हैं. So today's question is, why does it happen that not only the moral values of different persons living in a society, single society, same society, are different, but also their level of faith or commitment towards their values is also different. So moral values भी different है different individual की, same ही society में रहने वाले different individual की moral values भी different है, but not just that, their level of faith or commitment towards their values is also different. So this question is slightly typical, थोड़ा सा जो है वो कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है क्वेश्चन. आई वुड वेरी मच लाइक कि आप जो है वो अच्छे से इसका आंसर ज़रूर दें, और वो सभी स्टूडेंट्स जिन्होंने प्रीवियस सेशंस बहुत अच्छे से अटेंड किए हैं, they will be able to answer this question quite easily. So again I'll repeat the question. The question is why does it happen that not only the moral values are different, moral values of different persons living in a society are different, but also their level of faith or commitment towards their values is also different. Now we need to further, the question states that which factors are responsible for such difference in your opinion, right? So in this question, दो स्टूडेंट्स जिन्होंने पिछले सेशंस अच्छे से अटेंड किए हैं, इस सवाल का जवाब वो अच्छे से ज़रूर दे सकेंगे. सो मेक श्योर दैट यू ट्राई टू अटेम्प्ट दिस क्वेश्चन और आंसर्स लिखकर आप मुझे ज़रूर भेजिएगा. ऑलराइट, सो नाउ लेट अस स्टार्ट विद टुडेज टॉपिक. टुडे वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन law and morality. right? Like in the previous sessions, we established the relationship between ethics and morality. ठीक है? Now, many a times we observe clashes between law and morality. Clashes between law and morality. That means there are certain differences between law and morality, which we will try to establish in today's session, right? Like for example, a very famously known laws like the love jihad law, generally आम बोलचाल की भाषा में लव जिहाद लॉ के नाम से जाना जाता है, बट वेरियस स्टेट्स में इसके लिए डिफरेंट नाम जो है वो अवेलेबल है. सो द लव जिहाद लॉ, इफ वी टॉक अबाउट इट, यहां से हमें एक डिबेट निकलती हुई नजर आती है बिटवीन लॉ एंड मोरालिटी, राइट? द डिबेट इज दैट वेदर इट इज, or the question is, should we have a law to control marital relationships, right? Will it be moral to have such a law? Or we can also say that marital relations should be decided on the basis of morality. So basically यहाँ पर क्या है, that the marital relationships पर डिसीजंस मोरालिटी पर बेस्ड होने चाहिए या लॉ पर बेस्ड होने चाहिए. ठीक है, किस पर बेस्ड होने चाहिए डिसीजंस ऑन मैरिटल रिलेशनशिप्स, राइट? अनदर एग्जांपल इज, नाउ वी विल गो इनटू दिस डिबेट. अभी हमने इसको कवर नहीं किया. फर्स्ट लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड लॉ एंड मोरालिटी एंड देन इन केस स्टडीज हम सच लव जिहाद लॉ को डिस्कस करेंगे. ठीक है, अभी मैंने आपके सामने केवल एक सवाल रखा है, राइट? दैट विल इट बी मॉरल टू हैव लॉज, राइट, ऑन मैरिटल रिलेशनशिप्स? और चलो आप कहेंगे कि सर देयर आर ऑलरेडी लॉज फॉर मैरिटल रिलेशनशिप, हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट क्या है फिर? ठीक है, तो मैं रिफ्रेज करता हूं क्वेश्चन को. Should we have a law to control marital relationships, right? ठीक है, so and will that control be moral in this particular context? So we'll try to establish that in the form of various case studies. We will not answer that question just yet, right? First, let us in today's session understand the concepts of law and morality, understand the relationship between law and morality. All right, then there is another example. Let's say sati system. So there was a time sati system was part of the customs. It was a tradition, right? And the people following those customs and traditions deemed it to be moral, right? But then the legal bodies, they established a law that abolished the practice of sati, right? So sati system was treated by society as moral, but it was treated by law as being illegal, right? So we will discuss this. एक बार हम लॉ और मोरालिटी अच्छे से समझ लें, then we will discuss this case. अभी मैं केवल आपको एग्जाम्पल्स के माध्यम से समझा रहा हूं. So in such domains लॉ और मोरालिटी के ऊपर जो है वो डिबेट्स निकल कर आती हैं, राइट? या बेसिकली डिबेट ये है कि whether sati system should fall in the domain of social morality. When I'm talking about morality, I'm not talking about individual morality, mind it, I'm talking about social morality, society at a large, right? Not about an individual, not the morality of an individual, but society at a large. And when I'm talking about law, I'm talking about the law of the land, right? I'm talking about the legal acts, not the, let's say, physical laws of universe or the Newton's law of motion, and not those kind of law, the law of the land, राइट। सो सबसे पहली चीज तो आपके दिमाग में ये क्लियर होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। नाउ अनदर एग्जांपल जहां से आपको सिमिलर डिबेट निकलती हुई नजर आएगी, शबरीमाला केस, राइट। इन शबरीमाला केस द वुमेन, इट वाज इशू क्या था, दैट वुमेन वर नॉट अलाउड टू एंटर इनटू द टेंपल प्रेमिसेस, especially the garbhagriha, right? And it was decided by the community on the basis of what they believed to be moral, that the woman would not be allowed to enter into the temple premises, right? Another example is the act of homosexuality, right? Now I'm not talking about individual morality, the social morality in many, not it is because obviously हमने समझा है कि that how ethics and morality are dynamic, they are not static, they are related to space, time and situations, right? So homosexuality is considered in society as sin, यानी कि it was against the social morality, right? But and the section 377 of IPC used to criminalize it, but then it was decriminalized. So in such scenarios we get the debate of law and morality, and we will try to first understand what is law and morality, the concept of law and morality, right? And the whole relationship between law and morality, what are the similarities, what are the differences, right? Whether they are inclusive or exclusive to each other, whether they support each other, whether they are in conflict with each other. And after that, after developing that understanding, then we will enter into these debates, right? So now let us first understand the concept of morality, all right? Let us understand the concept first of law and then of morality. So we will not go into the definitions that are provided, right? In various sources there are different definitions of law, ठीक है, but हम एक बहुत generalized definition पर जाएंगे. So law is what? It is a set, again it is a set or a collection. It is a set or a collection of rules and regulations. Rules and regulations. Now again the both of these terms, rules and regulations, जैसे law versus morality, ethics versus morality में लेकर आया, एक और सेशन लेकर आऊंगा rules versus regulations, right? क्या डिफरेंस है इनमें, बट लेट अस नॉट डाइव इनटू दैट जस्ट येट. आगे आने वाले चैप्टर्स में हम इसे पढ़ेंगे, इनफैक्ट चैप्टर 5 और 6 में पढ़ेंगे हम इसे, राइट? So laws are collection of rules and regulations which are set by or declared by or enacted by or decided by, right? Declared or enacted or set or decided by, किसके द्वारा? By a state, by a state. Now those who have attended my polity sessions, now they have the thorough concept of what a state is, right? But those who have not, let me give you a brief that a state is what? A political organization of society. What we can call it? The political organization of a society. Society being a super system, have many subsystems in it, and state is one such system, which is the political organization of society. And this political organizations declare, enact, set or decide some rules and regulations that we call the law, right? And these laws are enforced by this state. Right? These are not just guidelines. Laws are enforced by the state. Right? State अपनी पावर का यूज करके लॉ फॉलो करवा सकती है. Right? And if someone does not follow these laws, that someone is entitled to punishment. Right? Entitlement to punishment. That is law. Punishment. Punishment can be physical punishment or financial. So those who will not follow the law that is declared, enacted, decided by the state or the political organization of society, right, those people, those individual will face consequences and they are entitled to punishment. So that is how you can, that is how generally we can define what law is. So what is law? Law is a set or collection of rules and regulation decided by a state, which is a political organization of society, and these rules and regulations are enforced by the state and the violators are entitled to punishment. Right? So that is what law is. Now how can we define morality? So what is morality? Right? Now morality is again set of values. This is also set, right, a collection. Law is also a set or a collection, right? But in case of morality, these are set of values and norms, right? Law is set of rules and regulations. Morality is set of values and norms. Now those who have attended the previous session, they very well know the difference between values and norms, and those who will attend the upcoming session, they will get a very good understanding of the difference between rules and regulations. All right. So as I said, morality is set of values and norms, and these collection or set of values and norms are declared or decided by whom? These are decided and prescribed, not enforced. In case of state, the rules and regulations are enforced. In case of morality, the set of values and norms are decided and prescribed by the society, not the state. Here the society decide and prescribe values and norms. There the state not just decide but can also enforce the rules and regulations, right? And in this case, the violators, the deviants, right, they face consequences in the form of social criticism, or the sense of guilt feeling. The sense of guilt feeling, right? Here the punishment comes in the form of social criticism and or guilt feeling, right? In case of law, the punishment comes in form of physical or financial punishment. Physical punishment, that means the karavas, jail time, right? In case of violation of the set values and norms, the society criticizes the violators, or the violators get a sense of guilt feeling within them. So external और internal दोनों तरह की punishment है यहाँ पर punishment क्या है? External punishment है, right? Now why guilt feeling आ रही है? Why, what is social criticism? So when we have discussed ethics, and when wherever we considered ethics to be the synonym of morality, there we have gone into detail, so I will not explain the sense of guilt feeling that the violators experience if they violate the set norms and values. All right. but I will only say this is the result of this guilt feeling, is the result of their super ego. Right. Now that we have the very basic understanding of what is law and morality, now let us see what is the similarities between law and morality. Similarities between law and morality. Now there are basically 2-3 सिमिलरिटीज बिटवीन लॉ एंड मॉरलिटी. डिफरेंसेस ज़्यादा है बट सिमिलरिटीज 2-3 ही है. पहला तो ये है दैट बोथ आर द सब सिस्टम्स ऑफ सोसाइटी. राइट, बोथ आर social sub systems. Right, there is no law without society, there is no morality without society. For an individual there is no law, for an individual there is no morality. Right, morality and law, they are not beyond society, they are within society, so that is why we are calling them as subsystems of society. Right, first similarity. Second, both law and morality, on the basis of their use or on the basis of their why they are present in society, right, what is their necessity, they are there to maintain, promote and develop the social order. Both, what they does is they maintain, promote or develop social order. Since it is highly dynamic, laws and morality both are highly dynamic, that is why I use the term develop, because over time laws and morality they changes. Right, so they maintain, to promote or to develop social order, both are necessary and both are present in society. So that is another similarity. Right, now how they maintain? Violators of the law will be punished, right, and the violators of the values and set norms of conduct will feel a sense of guilt and also face the social criticism. Right, third similarity that we can add is that both systems are society specific. Systems are society specific, यानी highly dynamic, they vary from space to space, from time to time, from situation to situation. Right, that means laws and morality for a northern European country will not be similar to the laws and morality to a Mediterranean European country or North African countries or Western Asian countries or Southern Asian countries or Southeast Asian countries, and will change according to time. So in 1950s the laws and moralities of Iran is not similar to the laws and morality of Iran of present time. Right, so these systems, they are highly dynamic, they are society specific. Right, in a particular, like in a North Korean society, the morality and law will be different for a Southern Korean society, so they are society specific. I hope that is relatable to you guys. Right, if not, we can have doubt discussions, you can contact me. ठीक है. Next up, what are the differences between law and morality? Law and morality. So there are 4-5 differences that we can quote, right? One side if we take law and other side if we take morality. So ऐसा लिखना जो है वो सही नहीं रहेगा, आपको पूरी तरह दिखेगा नहीं, बट पॉइंट नंबर 1 लेकर चलते हैं, ठीक है? फॉर लॉ एंड फॉर मोरालिटी, ठीक है? MOR पॉइंट में मोरालिटी लिख रहा हूं. सो in law, the acts that are done against the law are considered as crime, right? Or we can also say it like this, that the law, it deems certain acts as crimes, right? So in law, acts are deemed as crimes, right? And in morality, the acts are, they are deemed as sins, right? Since in majority of cases law and morality, what they provide us with is what should not be done, right? क्या ना किया जाना, क्या नहीं किया जाना चाहिए. दैट इज वाई मैंने क्राइम और सिन की बात करी, राइट? गुड बिहेवियर्स की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, आइडियल बिहेवियर्स की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, आइडियल कंडक्ट की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, क्राइम्स एंड सिन की बात कर रहे हैं. सो इन लॉ द एक्ट्स आर डीम्ड एज क्राइम्स एंड इन मोरालिटी द एक्ट्स आर डीम्ड एज सिन, राइट? फर्स्ट डिफरेंस. सेकेंड डिफरेंस, in case of law we can say that law is related to the political organization of society, related to political organization or simply the state, right? That we have already established. Whereas morality is related to society, right? Or what we have understood in the basic concepts, that the political organization or the states decides or declare what is a criminal act or what is a law, right? Whereas society deems a particular action to be sin or moral, right? So it is related to society, it is related to political organization. This much we have already established, right? So society or social system, rather we can say social system, social system such as very basic unit as family, right? Or religious community or any other type of community, right? Like students community, ठीक है? any other type of community, any type of social system, right? They decides their what is moral for them, ठीक है? थर्ड पॉइंट क्या डिफरेंस में लिख सकते हैं आप फॉर लॉ, राइट? In case of law, the violators will face consequences or punishments. In case of physical punishment or financial punishment, right? Either they can face jail time or will have to pay fines. In case of morality, the punishment is more. In case of law, the punishment is of external nature, बाहर से आ रही है, क्योंकि लॉ भी जो है वो बाहर से प्रेशर डाल रहा है, एक्सटर्नल प्रेशर है लॉ का, right? And in case of morality, the pressure is internal, right? So the punishments are both external and internal. Social criticism and the feeling of guilt that the superego gives, that the internal punishment. The external punishment is given by the society, right, to the violators of the social norms and values, right? Another point of difference between law and morality, जो कि मैंने आपको बता ही दिया, that law there is a external force or external entities involved, right? There is an external force on us, the pressure of the state, right? And in case of morality, the pressure is both external and internal. The pressure is both external, that is of society, and internal, that is of superego, right? हमारा सुपर ईगो भी हमें कटोचता है और सोसाइटी भी ताने देती है, सोशल क्रिटिसिज्म भी फेस करना पड़ता है, राइट, टू द वायलेटर्स ऑफ social values and norms. And to the violators of law, external forces, that means the state machinery, they award physical or financial punishments, right? एक और डिफरेंस हम लिख सकते हैं, that law they are more specific or not more specific, but they have more scope of uniformity, more scope of uniformity, right? Laws are more codified, right? But we can say that they are more codified, right? Like IPC, Indian Penal Code, the Criminal Procedural Code, the Civil Procedural Code, right? Or the various acts passed by the legislature or the constitution itself. These are highly codified documents. Here the laws are highly codified and they are by and large applicable on all people residing in a particular geographical region, geographical area. State की definition से निकाल कर ला रहा हूँ मैं. Those who know the definition of state will understand this, right? But in case of morality, morality is less uniform and less codified. Rarely we see codified norms and values, and it is less uniform as due to diversity, obviously. With the changing space, time and situation in a particular geographical area only, the morality changes, right? So that's the differences between law and morality. Next up, whether law and morality are exclusive to each other or they include something of each other, right? Whether law and morality are exclusive or inclusive, right? Now, so what we are trying to establish is the relationship. What type of relationship law and morality has, right? So whenever we try to establish relationship in the field of philosophy, हम लॉजिक लगाने की कोशिश करते हैं in the field of philosophy, right? Logic is studied under philosophy, and whenever we are trying to establish a relationship between or among two or more entities, there are basically four type of relationships. The very first relationship is an overlapping relationship. That, let me explain these relationships with the help of Venn diagrams, right? Now, this is an overlapping relationship. This contains, let's say, both law and morality, but here law and morality are overlapping, एक दूसरे के ऊपर हैं completely, so they appear to be one single entity, right? But this is something which is abstract. This is not possible, right? How come two things be similar to each other or exactly same? Exactly same कैसे हो सकती हैं दो चीजें? तभी वो दो अलग अलग वर्ड्स हम उनके लिए यूज कर रहे हैं, because सम सिचुएशन में हो सकता है कि डिफरेंसेस अराइज कर जाए, ठीक है। लाइक व्हेन आई से दैट वी आर होमो सेपियंस सेपियंस, व्हेन आई से वी आर ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, सो आप होमो सेपियंस सेपियंस और ह्यूमन बीइंग्स although synonymous to each other, these two words, but हम इन्हें डिफरेंट कंटेक्स्ट में यूज करेंगे ना। वही सेम बात होगी जो पिछले सेशन में मैंने आपको समझाई थी, द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सिनोनिमिटी, जब हम एथिक्स और मोरालिटी की बात कर रहे थे, राइट। सो द वेरी फर्स्ट रिलेशनशिप इज, फर्स्ट टाइप ऑफ रिलेशनशिप इज दिस टाइप, बट दिस इज अ वेरी एब्स्ट्रैक्ट टाइप ऑफ रिलेशनशिप जनरली, एंड दिस इज नॉट, सिंस इट इज एब्स्ट्रैक्ट, दिस इज नॉट कंक्रीट और प्रैक्टिकल यूजेज में हमें नहीं देखने को मिलता है दो या दो से ज्यादा एंटिटीज के बीच में दिस टाइप ऑफ रिलेशनशिप, राइट, द रिलेशनशिप ऑफ सिनोनिमिटी। Second type of relationship is that they are completely separate, they are two different entities, like water and fire. Water and fire have completely different natures. Water और fire एक साथ एक कभी आपको दिखेंगे ही नहीं। फिर आप कहेंगे सर बॉम्बे हाई में क्या है, बॉम्बे हाई में वहाँ पर पानी गिर रहा है, आग जली हुई है, नहीं, वहाँ पर तेल है नीचे, तेल की वजह से आग लग रही है वो, राइट। दोनों की प्रॉपर्टीज बिल्कुल अलग अलग हैं। आग पानी को बुझाता है, सॉरी उल्टा बोल दिया मैंने, है ना, पानी जो है वो आग को बुझाती है और आग पानी को इवेपोरेट करने का काम करता है, राइट। सो दूसरा टाइप का रिलेशनशिप क्या हो सकता है, दैट दे आर कंप्लीटली सेपरेट फ्रॉम ईच अदर। थर्ड टाइप ऑफ रिलेशनशिप दैट वी कैन सी दैट वन इज अ सबसेट ऑफ अदर, one resides within other, right? Like we say that humans are mammals, right? So all humans are mammals, but not all mammals are humans. So if this larger set is the set of mammals, so human is only a subset within this larger set, right? So what we can say that all humans are mammals, but not all mammals are humans. So this is another type of relationship. And fourth type of relationship that we can say that they overlap each other but not completely, they partially overlap each other, right? यानी कि in certain specific situation they show similar characteristics or they show similar effects, or they can be deemed as synonymous in certain specific situations. And for law and morality, this fourth type of relationship is, we can say that is the correct. Like for example, if let's say this circle is of Christians and this circle is of Indians, so this overlapping part will be the Indian Christians. So not all Christians are Indians and not all Indians are Christians, but some Indians are Christians, right? So now if we have to understand the relationship between law and morality, what we can say that do we have a law which is, किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस हमारे सामने आ सकते हैं और उसके बेसिस पर हम ये लॉजिक लगाएं। तो do we have a law which is against morality, or do we have a morality, which morality, social morality, right? Do we have a social morality which is against the law? Do we have a social morality which is identical to law, or a law which is identical to social morality, or whether social morality and law are completely separate things? तो इन चारों में से हमारे पास क्या, कौन सा ऐसा वेन डायग्राम है यहां पर जो कि सबसे बेस्ट तरीके से रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन लॉ एंड मोरालिटी? सो ऑब्वियसली इट इज द फोर्थ वन, राइट? लॉ एंड मोरालिटी कैन नॉट बी ओवरलैपिंग ईच अदर, राइट? Law and morality cannot be subset of each other, and they are not completely different from each other. The correct representation of their relationship is this one, that they sometime in some specific situations they overlap each other, right? So if we draw one circle to be morality and other circle to be law, if this is morality and this is law, we will have certain situations where morality will be equal to law, or social morality will be sanctioned by law, or law will sanction social morality, right? Law and morality will sanction each other. There will be some cases where an act can be deemed as moral or immoral, right? But it will be against the law, right? It can be moral or it can be immoral, but it will definitely be against the law, right? And in this side we will have the situation that act will be in coherence with the law, but it can be moral or immoral, right? But generally what we see in law and morality, when we study these subjects, they gives us the information about what should not be done. So immorality की तरफ उनका या illegality की तरफ उनका ज़्यादा झुकाव रहता है. So what we can say in this situation, it is moral but illegal. Here it is sin but legal, or sin but sanctioned by law. Here it is moral but not sanctioned by law. Here it is sin, यानी कि morally not sanctioned but sanctioned by law. And here in the overlapping part, it is both sanctioned by morality, social morality and the law of the land, right? इसका एग्जाम्पल दूं मैं आपको. अ सिचुएशन जहां पर सोशल मोरालिटी एंड लॉ बोथ सैंक्शन दे रहे हैं, लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन केस ऑफ लेट्स से एन एक्ट ऑफ मर्डर. नाउ मर्डर इज ऑब्वियसली सिन अकॉर्डिंग टू सोशल मोरालिटी, एंड इट इज ऑल्सो illegal according to the law of land, right? Similarly, all such acts, right, like act of assault or an act of molestation or an act of stealing, right, theft or rape, etc., all these acts, they are sin or morally wrong, and also they are deemed a crime by the law. So all these acts, they will fall under this shaded part or the overlapping part, right? So this is the inclusive part. यहाँ पर inclusive होंगे law and morality, and these two sides are this is exclusively moral, this is exclusively legal. For example, a sin but not a crime, right? An act which is a sin but not a crime, right? That means it falls into this side, it falls into this side, it is exclusively, it falls into exclusively toward the law side, right? That means the social morality deems such an act as a sin, but the law of land do not consider that particular act as a crime, right? Example क्या हो सकते हैं इसके? Like the act of homosexuality. In many societies throughout the world, the act of homosexuality, socially it is not sanctioned, social morality deem it as a sin, right? But in many societies throughout the world, the law of their land do not consider the act of homosexuality as a crime. Same goes for the living in situation, right? Living together out of wedlock, the live-in situations, right? Or in case of India, the inter-religious marriages. Inter-religion marriages. The society can deem it as a sin, but the law considered it to be the law do not consider it to be a crime. Or recently, adultery. The Supreme Court deemed adultery. The Supreme Court did not consider adultery to be a crime, but in social context, it can be considered as a sin. Right? Another example is, अब हम morality की side चले जाएं तो an act which is moral according to society but a crime according to the law. Right? Prime example is dowry, Dahej or Jahej, right, which is presently wrapped in the name of gift, right, and traditionally it is many a time it is also known as कन्यादान, right, और कन्यादान में दी जाने वाली राशि, एक तो कन्या का दान होता है, फिर कन्यादान में राशि भी दी जाती साथ में. So dowry, that is Dahej, and in Muslim society is also known as Jahej. It is deemed a crime by the law of land. In India, it is deemed crime. But society or in social context, it is acceptable. It is considered as moral. Right? Without dowry, शादी नहीं कर पा रहे लोग, या लोग शादी डाउरी के लिए ही कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, हिस्टोरिकल कंटेक्स्ट में हमें बहुत ज़्यादा एग्जाम्पल्स मिलते हैं ऐसे, दैट देयर वर सम पीपल, राइट, जिनका बिजनेस ही यही था, राइट, बाय बिकॉज दे वर बॉर्न इनटू एन रिलेटिवली सोशली एक्सेप्टेबल था जो रिलेटिवली अपर कास्ट, राइट. सो व्हाट दे यूज्ड टू डू इज दे यूज्ड टू मैरी, डाउरी लेते थे भारी, राइट, एंड दिस वाज बिफोर हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट, व्हेन द हिंदू पीपल कैन मैरी मल्टीपल, राइट, मल्टीपल पीपल और मल्टीपल मैरिजेस जब पॉसिबल थी, जब पॉलीगिनी बहुत प्रेवलेंट था, तो हायर कास्ट पीपल दे यूज्ड टू मैरी मल्टीपल वुमेन, राइट, एंड सिंस दे वर हायर कास्ट पीपल यूज्ड टू मैरी देयर डॉटर्स टू देम, और बदले में उनको दहेज दिया जाता था. बहुत सारा बिजनेस था कई लोगों का, लोगों का सब्सिस्टेंस चल रहा था इस पर, राइट. मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री पढ़ाऊंगा तो ये एग्जाम्पल लेकर आऊंगा, कहाँ से नहीं, मतलब पर्टिकुलर कोई एक सोशल रिफॉर्मर है जिन्होंने इस पर्टिकुलर मुद्दे पर जो है वो सवाल उठाया था बंगाल जाकर, राइट. सो डाउरी इज सच एन एक्ट विच इज कंसिडर्ड मॉरल इन सोसाइटी बट इज अ क्राइम इन द आइज ऑफ लॉ, राइट. अनदर एग्जाम्पल इज गैम्बलिंग, राइट. ऑन द ओकेजन ऑफ दिवाली पीपल से दैट हम अपना उल्लू सीधा कर लेंगे. So on the occasion of Diwali, it is socially sanctioned. Gambling at that night is socially sanctioned, right? But obviously it is a crime in eyes of law. ठीक है? Like another example is playing loud music during any festive occasion or during any of the occasion, festive occasion, in your particular family only, like let's say marriage or any other occasion. The Supreme Court की clear guideline है कि 10 बजे के बाद जोर से लाउड स्पीकर या गाना नहीं बजाना है, राइट. बट 2-3 बजे तक बज रहे हैं गाने, और आस पड़ोस के सभी लोग इन्वाइटेड है, सभी लोग नाच गा रहे हैं, तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, पूरी फैमिली सब मिलजुल कर सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. सो इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज मॉरल बट इट इज अ crime in the eyes of law, right. So these are some examples of inclusivity and exclusivity of morality and law. Next, let us understand whether law and morality have supporting positions for each other. Do they support each other? Supporting each other. So we have two such situations, we can say that, where law and morality they support each other, right? पहला क्या है, देखिए किसी भी सोसाइटी में आप ऐसा कोई भी कानून नहीं बना सकते जो कि उस सोसाइटी की फंडामेंटल मोरालिटी के अगेंस्ट जा रहा हो. There will come a time the society will uprise against that particular law, right? So for the validation of a law, right, yeah, law gets its validity from social morality. Validity from social morality. If a law it is fundamentally against the social morality, that law will never prevail. लोग फॉलो ही नहीं करेंगे उसे, राइट? लोगों की समझ में ही नहीं आएगा, लोग फॉलो ही नहीं करेंगे, और स्टेट उसे एनफोर्स भी नहीं कर पाएगी, बिकॉज स्टेट is also comprised of all those people who are part of that society जिनकी सोशल मोरालिटी के अगेंस्ट ये लॉ जा रहा है. सो स्टेट एनफोर्स भी नहीं कर पाएगा. तो लॉ दे गेट देयर वैलिडिटी फ्रॉम सोशल मोरालिटी, राइट? Similarly, whenever morality needs enforcement, right, they need a particular law for it, right? They look towards the state, and they get the strength of enforcement from the state to, what we can say, to enforce that particular morality, right? So morality, law gets validity from social morality, and social morality it gets enforcement from law, right? Law which is established by the, obviously by the political organization or the political system or the state. The state will enact a law which will enforce the social morality on society. So whenever society needs a particular set of value or norm to be enforced on people, they look towards the law, or they look towards the state to enact such law. So that is how they are interdependent. This is the interdependence, this is the supporting position of law and morality. The law gets its validity from social morality, and morality gets its enforcement from law, right? Whenever, if they need enforcement, right? Second point is, most laws, देखिए, in the development of norms हमने क्या पढ़ा था, that first it starts with an individual innovation, then it becomes individual's habit, then it gets acceptance of the immediate society, then it gets the acceptance of the group, then the group starts performing that particular act, particular habit, that becomes a group's habit, right? That group's habit becomes a norm, then it becomes a custom or tradition, then eventually gradually develop into develops into institutions, and institutions can develop into the law of land. So most laws of a country, that is why I said that the laws and morality both are dynamic, right? That they are region specific, they are time specific, they are situation specific, right? So most of laws of a country, we can say, most of the laws of a country are codification of the social institutions. codification of the social institutions, right? And these social institutions are obviously they are developed under social morality. Social morality. So according to social morality, what society deem what is right for them, eventually that particular habit of individual then of group, right, develops into a norm and a more and a custom tradition, and then finally into a social institution, right? And that social institution, when it gets codified by the political system, it develops into a law. So in a country, majority of laws for that particular country are result of the codification of those social institutions, and those social institutions developed under the social morality of that particular society. Like for example, the marriage acts, right? Simple, the Hindu Marriage Act. So Hindu Marriage Act developed, it is the codification of the social institution, it is the codification of the institution of marriage, right, in the Hindu society, right? और इसमें क्या कोडिफाइड है कि सप्तपथी की प्रथा जब तक नहीं होगी, सप्तपथी की रस्म जब तक नहीं होगी तो शादी संपन्न नहीं मानी जाएगी. सेम गोज फॉर दी शरीयत एप्लीकेशन एक्ट और दी मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ एप्लीकेशन एक्ट. यहां पर जब तक कबूल है नहीं बोला जाएगा तो शादी को कंप्लीट नहीं माना जाएगा, राइट? Another example is, in many countries prostitution is not considered as a crime, right? It may be considered as a sin, but it is not considered as a crime. But in India, prostitution is considered as a crime, right? In many countries gambling is treated as a sport, right? But in India gambling is illegal unless you are doing it on an application, right, in the name of fantasy playing, ठीक है, then it is legal. स्टॉक मार्केट में कर रहे हो then it is legal, right? हाँ, अगर आप पुराने प्रिमिटिव तरीके से कर रहे हैं अपने गली मोहल्ला में then it is illegal. Nevertheless, it depends upon the social morality, right? So on the basis of social morality, social institutions are formed, and on the basis of those social institutions, laws, when they get codified by the political institutions, results into laws of the land, right? So this is the supporting position of law and morality. Another, let us consider next, is the conflicting position of law and morality. Where there are conflicts between law and morality, में हमें conflict कहाँ देखने को मिलते हैं? जैसे हमने initially कुछ examples देखे थे conflict के, ठीक है? So 4 situations हो सकती हैं, ठीक है? लॉ और मोरालिटी, राइट? लॉ जो है वो प्रोग्रेसिव हो सकता है और मोरालिटी भी क्या हो सकती है? प्रोग्रेसिव हो सकती है इन अ पर्टिकुलर सोसाइटी. सेकेंड सिचुएशन में, दिस इज द फर्स्ट सिचुएशन, है ना? इन द सेकेंड सिचुएशन लॉ कैन बी रिग्रेसिव एंड social morality can also be regressive, right? In third situation, law can be progressive, but the social morality, it can be regressive, and in the fourth situation the law can be regressive and the social morality can be progressive. So हमें conflict law और morality में कहाँ नजर आएगा? Conflict वहाँ नजर आएगा where they are not aligned with each other. When both the law and morality are progressive, there will be no conflict, right? When both the law and morality, social morality are regressive, are primitive, then again there will be no conflict, right? लोग भी वही regression चाहते हैं, society वही regression चाहती है और law भी उनको वही दे रहा है. So why would there be any conflict? The conflict only arises when there is a situation where the law is progressive but the social morality is regressive. Here we find conflicts. Or where law is regressive but social morality is progressive. Here we find the conflicts, right? So in चारों situation का let us take example. ठीक है. Now when law and morality both are progressive, situation number 1, when law and morality both are progressive, like in case of a Scandinavian country, or in case of New Zealand, let's say, right? Their social morality is highly progressive, right? And law of their land is also highly progressive. So they generally do not have any conflict between the social morality and law. In fact, it is only based on their progressive social morality that they have based their progressive laws, right? Now this doesn't mean that our country is not socially that moral और हमारा लीगल सिस्टम जो है वो प्रोग्रेसिव नहीं है या हमारी सोशल मोरालिटी उतनी प्रोग्रेसिव नहीं है. वी आर गोइंग थ्रू अ फेजेस. दे हैव ऑलरेडी बीन थ्रू दोज फेसेस जिनसे हम अभी गुजर रहे हैं. हमारा देश अभी थोड़ा रिलेटिवली इनसे जवान है, 70-75 साल ही हुए हमें, राइट? इनकी कंट्रीज में जो सिचुएशन आज हमारी कंट्रीज में उनमें हो चुका है पहले, राइट? इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो लोग कुछ अलग ही टाइप के जीनियस है, नहीं, राइट? वी विल रीच टू दैट लेवल बट विद टाइम. ठीक है. सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल है, सो इन सच कंडीशन देयर विल बी नो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट between the law and morality, social morality, right? Second situation is where law and morality both are regressive, like in case of post Islamic revolution Iran, right? After 1979, post Islamic revolution Iran. Before 1979 relatively Iran was सोशल मोरालिटी पर भी प्रोग्रेसिव था और लॉ के लेवल पर भी प्रोग्रेसिव था. बट वी विल अंडरस्टैंड द इंट्रिकेसीज ऑफ द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ मिडल ईस्ट ऑफ ड्यूरिंग दोज टाइम्स इन वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री. क्या हुआ था उन कोल्ड वॉर के दौरान पर, क्या चल रहा था, क्या हुआ था ऐसे ईरान में दैट रिजल्टेड इनटू द ईरानियन रेवोल्यूशन और द इस्लामिक रेवोल्यूशन इन ईरान, राइट? But definitely after this, the society has become, the social morality has become regressive as well as laws have become regressive. जिसका prime example है the stoning of Soraya M. Right? The Iran, it changed itself into a theocracy. Right? Became a theocracy. It had certain elements of democracy or a secular state before 1979, but after 1979 it developed into a theocracy and lost all those progressive characteristics. Nevertheless, if both laws and morality are regressive, again there will be no conflict, right? The conflict arises when there is a difference between the law and morality, right? The conflict emerges when if the law is progressive, let's say ना condition ले लेते हैं, when the law is, let's say, progressive, but morality, social morality is regressive or is not at that level. यहां पर हम इंडिया का एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं. In case of India, our judiciary is proactively progressive. If our legislature or executive, if they make any regressive law और regressive अगर कोई order लेकर आते हैं, so our judiciary is proactively progressive enough to strike down such regressive laws or orders, right? इसका मतलब ये नहीं है that our society is, social morality जो है वो हमारी सोसाइटी में regressive है, नहीं. We are slow to change. We are slow to change. As I said ना, what we are experiencing today, the western civilizations, they have already gone through that. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो हमेशा से ही ऐसे थे, हमेशा से ही उनकी सोसाइटी या सोशल मॉरलिटी इतनी प्रोग्रेसिव थी, नहीं. They used to burn women in the name, they used to burn women, such women or such people, those who claimed or those who participated or those who simply had a rational mind. Those who talked about rationality were hunted and burnt at stakes, right? Witches उनको करार विच बोलकर उनको या विजर्ड्स बोलकर उनको जला दिया जाता था, ठीक है. सो इस तरह का डार्क टाइम भी था उनकी सोसाइटीज में. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो आज ही इतने प्रोग्रेसिव हैं. दे वर हाईली रेग्रेसिव इन देयर टाइम्स, बट इट इज दैट दे हैव गॉन थ्रू दोज फेजेस एंड वी आर गोइंग थ्रू दोज फेजेस. सो वी आर स्लो टू चेंज, nevertheless we are reaching those levels. So yes, nevertheless in many times we can say that there are certain degree of social, in case of social morality we have certain degree of regressiveness, but our judiciary is proactively progressive. So India is a prime example of the third case, right? Like in India, the conflict arises in examples such as homosexuality mein, right? So the Supreme Court decriminalized homosexuality, whereas social morality deemed it as a sin. Our proactive, progressive judiciary decriminalized it. Like living in relationships, it is considered as a sin, but by and large our judiciary consider it as do not consider it as a crime, right? Like in case of sati system, the legal system in India deemed it as a crime. Like in case of dowry, the legal system deemed it as a crime. Like in Shah Bano case, right? Shah Bano case, from the district level to the high court level to the highest, to the Supreme Court level, the Supreme Court, the courts, their verdicts were in favor of Shah Bano, that Shah Bano's husband will have to pay alimony to her. It was only the Rajiv Gandhi's government that they had to make a law which superseded the verdict of Supreme Court only. That shows that the judiciary was weak at that time. Nevertheless, judiciary का stance जो है वो progressive रहा throughout all the levels, right? Like in case of Hindu Marriage Act, Hindu Marriage Act में it was established that कि 5 generations तक गोत्र देखे, 5 generations तक देखा जाएगा बॉयज के केस में और 3 generations तक देखा जाएगा गर्ल्स के केस में, कि कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जो है वो ना हो. बट दी डिओंटोलॉजिस्ट उन्होंने क्या कहा कि नहीं, गोत्र सिस्टम का वायलेशन है, स्टिल इट इज वायलेशन ऑफ गोत्र सिस्टम, बट आर जुडिशरी एस्टेब्लिश्ड इट एज अ लॉ, और फिर लोगों ने फॉलो भी किया, इवेंचुअली एक्सेप्ट भी किया. right? And the fourth case is where the law is regressive but the social morality is progressive. यूएस से एग्जांपल लेते हैं, ठीक है. दी रिपब्लिकन गवर्नमेंट्स, राइट, दी रिपब्लिकन गवर्नमेंट्स, दो टाइप की गवर्नमेंट चलती है वहां पर, रिपब्लिकन और डेमोक्रेट्स, राइट. डेमोक्रेट्स अगर हम यूके से कंपेयर करें यूएस के पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम को, तो रिपब्लिकन्स आर द कंजर्वेटिव्स and Democrats are deemed to be the liberals, right? So the Republicans in the matter of abortion, right, the Republican government they had, and since US is a federation तो state by state जो है वो उनकी 50 states में state by state laws vary करते हैं. तो ऐसी states जहां पर Republican government है in many such, और जहां पर काफी लंबे समय से रिपब्लिकन गवर्नमेंट्स रही हैं, वहां पर उन्होंने अबॉर्शंस को इलीगल घोषित कर दिया. देयर स्टैंड इज ऑफ प्रो लाइफ. दे से दैट वंस द बेबी इज कंसीव्ड, एक एम्ब्रियो जैसे ही फॉर्म हो गया, लाइफ जो है वो क्रिएट हो गई. एंड वी डू नॉट हैव, एंड गॉड हैज, बिकॉज दे आर हाईली, दीज रिपब्लिकन्स दे आर हाईली रिलीजियस इन नेचर, राइट. So they say that God has given this blessing in the form of life and we do not have any right to kill that life or abort that life, right? Whereas Democrats, they maintain a stance of pro-choice, that it is only the choice of the person, that is the woman who is carrying that child, whether she want to keep it or not, right? The state, the religion, nobody has the right to say, right? So in case of Donald Trump's rule, or in case of those states जहां पर रिपब्लिकन गवर्नमेंट relatively ज़्यादा टाइम्स तक रही हैं, there they have this regressive law against abortion, that abortion is illegal, like in case of Florida, right? But the social morality is progressive, that they are of the view that it is the pro choice, और जिसकी बॉडी है उसकी चॉइस है, राइट. सो दिस इज अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन लॉ एंड सोशल मोरालिटी. इन केस ऑफ इंडिया, ड्यूरिंग द रेन ऑफ प्राइम मिनिस्टर इंदिरा गांधी, they enacted a law which is known as the MTPA या MTP Act, that is Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, right? So इंडिया के केस में डिबेट नहीं है ज्यादा, ठीक है. एक सर्टेन टाइम जो है वो एक टाइम पीरियड डिफाइन कर दिया गया है. सो विद इन दैट सर्टेन टाइम पीरियड विच इज रफली 3 months आफ्टर द कंसेप्शन ऑफ द चाइल्ड और द एम्ब्रियो फॉर्मेशन, right, this changes ki, this is up to interpretation and this changes, that is I said roughly 3 months, right? So इंडिया में abortions जो है वो लीगल है, ठीक है, बट नॉट लीगल फॉर फीमेल इन्फेंटिसाइड, ठीक है. फीमेल इन्फेंटिसाइड के लिए नहीं है, कंडीशंस बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट कंडीशंस अप्लाइड हैं, स्ट्रिक्ट कंडीशंस हैं इस पर. दे आर नॉट फॉर फीमेल इन्फेंटिसाइड, जबकि इसको यूज किया जाता है धड़ल्ले से. इतना मिसयूज होता है इस एक्ट का और इतना मिसयूज होता है इस टेक्नोलॉजी का, बहुत धड़ल्ले से जो है वो फीमेल इन्फेंटिसाइड स्टिल चल रहा है, जिसका रिजल्ट है डिक्रीजिंग सेक्स रेशो विच इज क्वाइट एविडेंट इन द स्टेट ऑफ हरियाणा में, बहुत क्लियरली नजर आ रहा है, ठीक है. स्ट्रिक्ट कंडीशंस आर अप्लाइड. Right. So in such situations, conflict arises, like in case of the conflict between the Democrats and the Republicans, the pro-choice and pro-life, conflict between a regressive law and the progressive social morality. So these are the places where law and morality में conflict हमें देखने को मिलता है. So finally what we can conclude, क्या कंक्लूजन हम यहां से निकाल सकते हैं लॉ एंड मोरालिटी में? दैट लॉ एंड मोरालिटी आर सिमिलर. वेयर दे आर सिमिलर? बिकॉज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल they are part of, they are both social subsystems, and they are what is their role? Their role is to maintain and develop and promote social order, right? What are their differences? So law is external and morality is both internal and external. Social morality is both internal and external, right? What is the relationship between them? Relationship is of this nature. They have certain degree of overlapping, right? And nextly, where they support each other and where they in conflict with each other. So this much we have established in today's session about law and morality. With the upcoming sessions, case studies में हम law and morality से related काफ़ी सारी case studies, काफ़ी सारे पुराने cases को भी लेकर आएंगे जहाँ पर हम देखेंगे where was the conflict between law and morality, right? जो कि मैंने सेशन की शुरुआत में कुछ आपको बताए थे. आगे आने वाले सेशंस में केस स्टडीज में हम उन्हें डिस्कस करेंगे. ऑलराइट, in the next session we will discuss the relationship between law and religion. और जब हम रिलीजन समझेंगे तो हम देखेंगे धर्मा क्या है. सो we will say law and religion and धर्मा. ठीक है, सॉरी, नॉट लॉ बट लेट्स से morality, religion and dharma. ठीक है. So that is all in today's session. Thank you for watching. मिलते हैं आप लोगों से नेक्स्ट क्लास में. मेक श्योर कि प्रीवियस सभी सेशंस को अटेंड कर लें. मेक श्योर जो क्वेश्चंस मैंने दिए हैं उन सभी क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स लिखकर आप मुझे भेजें. एंड दोज हु आर इंटरेस्टेड इन ज्वाइनिंग these classes, the details are available in the description of this video, or in the pinned comments you will have the details from where you can join my course. So that is all. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्लास में. तब तक के लिए अपना ध्यान रखिए. टेक केयर. हैव अ नाइस डे.